Okay, real quick, I wanted to show you how to use Guitar Pro 7 to make 10-string E9 pedal steel tablature. So let's go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and open it up. I'm on a Mac, so this is what it looks like. And I'm going to show you how to make a template for future use. So we do New File. Okay, and this is the first thing you'll see. So up here in this box, let's choose electric guitar. We don't want it overdriven or distorted, so we'll do clean. We want to label it right here, so we'll label it pedal steel in this window, or in that part, and then this part, let's name it the same thing, pedal steel. And under notation, let's just use tablature for now. I'll turn the notation off. You can always turn that on later if you want. We just want this view here, so leave that checked. Upper staff, let's do, or this is basically how many strings you're using. So we want to have it on 10 strings. Guitar is fine. We'll have to change the tuning in just a second, but this will at least get us going. So let's go ahead and hit create. Okay, and this is what you see. So the first thing I'm going to do, just to make it easier for you guys to see, well, first of all, let's go ahead and open the left side and the right side. So my notation and then the song and track info. And then I'm going to blow this up a little bit so you can see it a little easier. Let's see, 200%. Yeah, that'll be good. Because I just really want to show you how to make a template for this. So as you can tell, the first thing I want to do is to move my tuning to a different area before the tablature. And I showed you this in the last one, so I'll go kind of quick. You want to go over here to song, not track, but choose song. Click on open up your style sheet. Scroll down on this first tab here, page and score format. And we do want to display the tuning, but we want to do it before the tablature. Go ahead and hit apply. Okay, that works, but it's right up against the side. So as I showed you in the last one, go ahead and hit system and stabs. First system indent, let's indent that 10 millimeters. Hit apply. And I like to hit apply before I hit OK, just so I can see it, see the changes happen and not have to keep opening up my style sheet window. So we've got that. It is going to be really small if we leave it in this format. So let's go ahead and click page and score format, go up to the top. Let's make the global score proportions bigger, like maybe 1.85. Let's see what that looks like. That's not bad. Okay. And you can always change that later. Actually, let me make it a little bit bigger, 1.98, just so you can see. Okay. And as you can tell, we need to change this tuning. So what I would do is open up Google Chrome and just type in E9 pedal steel tuning. See what we get. Okay, this is one that I did before, the Peterson website. And right down here, you probably can't see it too well. Let me open it, make it a little bit bigger. Okay, this is what we want on this Peterson. I don't need that. This is www.petersontuners.com, and it shows you the tuning, but more importantly, it shows you what octave each string is. So that's what this B2, D3. So we need that open and to give us the right tuning. So let's go back to Guitar Pro, and I'm just going to move this window over so we can have that tuning in the background. Okay, now let's go ahead and hit over here on the right, hit track, and then see where it says tuning. Once again, on the right, make sure you click track, and then right here it says tuning. Go ahead and click that. Okay, now this has got our tuning, so we should be good. Let's go ahead and let's move this 10th string up to B2, because we want, as you can tell in the tuning, we want that to be B2 octave. Up to the 9th string, let's move that up to, we went past it. So let's move that down then to D. Oh, actually, I'm wrong. Move that up to D3. Hopefully I didn't confuse you too much there. So we've got B2, D3. We're going to keep going. 8th string, we want it to be E3. So we're going to move this on up to E3. Okay, the next string is F sharp 3. So we move 7th string up to F sharp 3. Next string is G sharp 3. So let's keep going. Move 6th string up to G sharp 3. Next string is B3. A B3 for the 5th string. 4th string is E4. So move that up to E4. Next string is G sharp 4. That's real close. G sharp 4. Next string is D sharp 4. D sharp. Oh, we actually went past it. So let's go down to D sharp 4. There we go. And then the next string is F sharp 4. And we need to move that one down to F sharp 4. Okay, so just, use either the up or down, but you want to match it to this tuning, this E9 tuning. And I just got that off the petersontuners.com website. And then once you're good, once you've got that in the appropriate tuning, let's hit the blue button, I guess. There we go. And that gives us our tuning. Okay, now, since we got that, probably at this point we've done a lot of work. We want to save this as a template. You can always save it as you go on, but let's save it as template. And I'm just going to call it, let's call it E9-pedal steel. Hit save. Okay, now the other thing, you might want to go over here to the right, and hit song, hit more, and you can, put in a test title and all that. Just call it pedal steel tab. You can always change this, but when you're making your template, I like to have this stuff filled in so that I can see what it looks like. For some reason, it always wants to put my name under words and not under music. So I'm going to move it over there. And, you can go through here too if you hit style sheet, and you can, as I've shown you before, change your text and styles, or your fonts, basically, like for your headers. That's to change the title and all that. You go to header and footer, but we won't mess with that right now. So, once again, I like to, when I make a change, update this, save as template. Oh, I guess it saved it as that title. Let me go back here. Save as template. E9 pedal steel. So I got to choose that. It wanted to save it as my title. So whatever. I can go back in there and delete that other one if I wanted. And you'll hit replace. Okay, so we're good here. So that just saved it as a template. If you wanted to save your pedal steel, your actual tablature, go up, hit File, Save As, and this is actually going to save it as, whatever song or whatever you're writing out. Pedal steel tab. We're just going to call this test. Okay, and I'm just going to save it to my desktop just for right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and put in some notes here. I'm just going to start on this string here, 10, 9, 8 string, and we're just going to make a nice little G major chord here. Okay, now as you can tell, you may want those going up in your tablature, right? But I don't tend to like that, so I'm going to remove those. Just go over here under Song on the right, and click Style Sheet, open that up, and go over here all the way to the right, Notation, and We're going to remove some of these things. We're going to uncheck the extend rhythmic inside tablature and display circle around whole and half notes. You could have that if you wanted. I don't necessarily like it. I like to just see the notes there. Okay, so we see that. Now, where you're going to run into problems as far as playing this back is this isn't necessarily set up for pedal steel, so I would suggest to just, this is what I'm going to do at least when I write pedal steel using this program, is to just, say there's a G chord and we wanted to leave those on there and make a C chord right here. So the easiest thing to do would be to hit the letter T on your keyboard, and this allows you to enter in text. So say we wanted to just say A, B, right? Okay, so that just means A and B pedal. That when you play it back, it will still sound exactly like this G because we haven't changed anything, so really this isn't perfect for pedal steel tablature, but it can work. If you wanted it to be to show exactly what, the changes of each note going from here to here when you push your A and your B pedal down, or whatever lever you wanted to engage, you would probably need to go over here to the notation window and do some sort of a bend on that note. Let me see here. Let's go ahead and show okay, so with the notation window or the notation showing, this makes it look a lot more, makes sense to me. So what we would want then, going from a G chord to a C chord with the A and the B pedal pushed, it's actually going to be taking a D note and moving it up a whole step, right? So this would go up a whole step. So if you go over to bends here, and let's say you can choose a bend, and I believe by default it's going up a whole step. And this shows, I guess, in time, it's a slow bend. If you wanted it to be a quick bend, you just move that there. This shows you how quick or slow you want that bend to be. So let's just put it right there for that note. Okay, and as you can see, that's what it would look like. And then to go from a B note to a C note for that C chord, we would choose here, and that would be a half step bend. So I do choose that, and then I'm going to drop this down to a half step bend. Okay, and depending on how fast you wanted those to be, you could make it, let's see what it would look like if we wanted it to be like right on the beat there. So there's that. And then this one, let's do the same thing. See what we got if we move that right on the beat. I guess it's just the way it plays, so it really, it's kind of the same. So that's what it would look like if you did it exactly. So it would probably play, let's just make this, we'll put a rest there and another rest there. See what this sounds like. I'm just going to put my mouse here and hit the space bar. So you can tell that's what it would sound like. As far as the, the going from a G chord to a C chord. Let's hit the minus sign here and make these half notes so we can hear it a little bit better. And then go here and delete our rests. And let's see if we can hear that. And let's slow the tempo down too to something like a ballad, like a 85 beats per minute. Okay, I'm going to put my mouse here, hit the space bar. So yeah, that's a good way of doing that, and you just have to do that for whatever note would be changing. If you wanted to sound right on the playback, if you didn't care about playing it back and you just want to do it real quick, I would suggest just turning off this notation and then just putting in, let's remove these bins here. Let's remove that one and this one. So, and then just putting in whatever text you want, you know, for just to tell you on this chord or whatever note it would be, to engage whatever lever or pedal you want, and however you describe that lever or pedal that makes sense to you or whoever you're wanting to show this to. That's probably how I'm going to go about doing it. But it's super easy, honestly, to just put in those bins, and for me and for the student's sake to see what in the notation, what is actually happening, I think is really useful, you know, to show that full bend there. D going to E, and this one, B going to a C sharp, and we are just going to move that down to C sharp. And there we go. And as you can see in the notation, totally makes sense, and you can see what is happening when you push that A and your B pedal down. Okay, and let me see if there's anything else I want to show in this. You know, you could put the right hand fingering in here. I believe I didn't set it up to, so I would probably do, you know, index or thumb there, and index there. And as you can see, it's showing that in the notation. So I would probably go over here to song, and let's see if I can move that. Hit my style sheet. I go down to right hand. I want it to be thumb, index, middle, so I choose that. And let's see, position and staff. Before note is where we've got it now, but let's try it below and see what that looks like. Okay. So we've got a lot of space here, you know, that there may be a way to reduce that amount of space, but I guess because you're doing the bends and you're putting the right hand fingering in, is it's, you know, a lot of stuff going on in between these two staves. Or you could do it above. That may look kind of, I don't know. I would probably do it below, but that does, well, let's do it below. So that's what it would look like with the notation, with the tablature, with the bends, all that you're tuning before. You can go through here and change whatever fonts, as I said before, hit OK. Make sure you hit Command S or go up and hit File, Save, so you don't lose anything. And that kind of gets you going as far as that goes. You're going to be doing lots of slides. That's another thing that you could be doing. So let's say we have, you know, let's say 3rd fret. We have this G chord here. We want to slide it all the way up to a C chord on our 8th fret. Super easy. Just go over. And by the way, all I'm doing there is just hitting the numbers on my keyboard. Just go to your first chord, hit the S key. Simple as that. Now we've got a slide, so let's hear that. And let's make this yeah, that should work. Let's go over here to the beginning, hit our space bar. Something like that. So that's, has the SL for slide. Really cool. I don't think that Guitar Pro 6, I don't think I could do any of this. I think it had a limit to the amount of strings. But I think the limit here is 10 strings as far as like individual strings. Okay, guys, hope that really helped you. I had some questions about, you know, if you could do this for pedal steel, and you definitely can. Hit Command S. We've got this saved, and I might even just save this as a template too. Go back, save as, choose that, replace. Now I've got a little sample here that will show me every time I pull up this template. Okay, guys, hope that really helped, and we'll see you on the next lesson. Be sure to check out my new site for all the All my lessons, super easy to use on mobile devices. You can access all my lessons with a membership. I'm really happy with the way it's turning out, and that's lwtstreaming.com. Like Lessons with Troy, but LWT and then the word streaming.com. Okay, we'll see you on the next lesson. Thanks, everybody. Bye.